my channel. My name is Heather, and it's
time for a reading with Shadow and Shine. So as you know, not too long ago, I did a Christmas decor tour of my apartment, and now I'm going to take you on a little Christmas magical decor tour of my mom's place, which I definitely took a little hand in helping out with. But this is the Christmas tree in the living room. It's pretty cool because it has different light settings on it. As you can see, it can be multicolored lights or white lights with different modes and settings, but we basically just keep it on the multicolored lights and it looks pretty good. Definitely a lot of Disney related Christmas ornaments on that tree as well. This is the smaller Christmas tree in the guest room where I am staying at. And yes, those lights that are framing the window around the tree are the infamous TikTok shop Christmas lights. So yeah, I definitely need to have my own bedroom I'm sleeping in be a little Christmassy because that's just the way we roll around here. Now these trees are not technically where my mom's duplex sits, but it is a roundabout here in the neighborhood and they're pretty cool. So we decided to walk by these on a little walk that I was on with the doggies. And here is a very well lit center area. We have some lit up reindeers, a little reindeer family, and some very well lit trees. This one you can see coming from like a mile away. It is so bright. And here are some gorgeous multicolored lights that I put up outside of my mom's place. It's like her own personal little gingerbread house. Finally, as we walk inside, aside from the two trees that I already showed you guys, here are a few more little Christmas knickknacks sitting around decorating, just making things look a little bit more festive and homey during the holiday season. How do you guys like to decorate? Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the little Christmas decor tour of my mom's place. As you know, I already posted one of my place in Colorado earlier in the season, so I was happy to give you guys a little glimpse of what's happening right here where I'm at right now at my mom's. And as you can see behind me is the lovely and glorious tree that was featured in the video. Well, one of the trees. Anyways, I'm sitting in the living room right now and I wanted to bring you guys a little holiday-esque themed reading just to wind down this video. So I'm going to pull some cards here for you guys from a Magical Christmas, which is my very own Oracle deck. You can find this on my website, you can find this on Etsy, you can find it on TikTok shop, you can find it on a lot of different places. But my preference personally is for you to go to my website simply because it's my own personal real estate here on the internet. But you know, Etsy is fine too. TikTok shop, that may be going away because of the ban, but we'll see what's happening. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to pull some cards here, do a general little reading. This is basically going to be whatever it is that you guys need to know the most at this time over the holiday season. If the message does not apply, let it fly, of course. But if it does make sense, let me know. So the very first card that came through for you guys is building gingerbread foundations. I'm like trying to figure out, should I hide my face or hide the tree? Anyways, but yeah, building gingerbread foundations. So it's the end of the year. Usually at the end of the year, we can be very reflective on what's happened, what we've done, what we've accomplished, and where we want to move forward, where we want to go ahead, how we want to proceed in the upcoming year in 2025. So you may be feeling a little reflective at this time. And if you are, even though it's the end of the year and we can all kind of get a little loosey-goosey in a sense and a little squirrely and kind of want to just like flake off and in a sense experience like senioritis, like at the end of high school, for example, when you're like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm a senior. I'm graduating, right? So we could kind of look at the end of 2024 like that, but we could also look at it in a sense of like, now is the time to start building those foundations, to start planning and getting prepared for 2025. And I definitely feel like that's going to be a good idea for this coming year because we are living in chaotic times. We're living in times where there's a ton of turmoil, you guys. I know we've been saying it for like the past 5 years now, but we are still living through unprecedented times. And because of that, we got to be prepared. I'm not saying not to have fun. I'm not saying not to enjoy life. I'm not saying not to participate in holiday activities because you definitely should do that and you need to do that. And it's going to help take some of that stress and pressure off. But it's also good to be prepared. Really think about how you want your 2025 to go and what you can do to make those things happen is what it comes down to. Whether it's building your wealth or connecting with more people or building your career out more, whatever it is, you know, maybe your plan is like buy a house, whatever it is. But yeah, it's a good time to start laying down the foundations for those things. Without that foundation, you're not going to be able to build very much, that's for sure. Oh, and if you heard that shaking noise in the background, that would be Tinkerbell. All the cards almost wanted to flip out there. Tinkerbell's on the couch. She's kind of nesting as of the moment. Shadow, I don't know where he went. Like all the cards want to just like fall to the ground now. This is not going to help. We're not going to do the whole deck. That would take forever. Okay, what else does the collective need to know? Okay, we have two that just came through. Okay. So we have empty and filling up with eggnog. So if you are kind of feeling the holiday blues, which I know can definitely be a thing. I mean, yes, this is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, the season of cheer, so on and so forth. But people can become very depressed during the holiday season. A lot of the times we can, for example, we get those Christmas cards from friends and relatives, and they can send like those, you know, paragraphs, those long letters of, here's everything I did this year, and here's what so-and-so did, and here's what that person did, and blah, 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 and all of our accomplishments, and, you know, all of our, like, you know, we got the job, and we got the house, and we had the wedding, and we had the baby, and so on and so forth. And sometimes it can be depressing in a sense to read all those letters because maybe you're sitting there and you're like, wow, my biggest accomplishment was the fact that I didn't spend as much money on Starbucks this year as I normally would have, or something like that. So don't get into that place of comparison. There's a reason why they say comparison is the thief of joy, because it will steal your joy, obviously. Another thing people get very depressed about during the holidays, and this one's a lot more understandable and a lot harder to control in a sense than the comparison thing, is the loss of loved ones. A lot of times around holiday seasons, we think about those who are no longer with us, whether they are family members or friends, and that can be depressing, you know, and we can kind of experience the stages of grief through that. And that's totally okay and normal and happens. And grief is not a linear thing. Sometimes those things hit in waves, and sometimes it can hit hard. So you are entitled to your emotions. You're entitled to your feelings. If you're not feeling the joy, the spirit this year, don't get down on yourself for it. You know, feel it. I would say try not to like hold on to it and stay in that place, because you don't want it to have it eat you alive either. But I would definitely say feel it. Feel it so you can release it, and so it doesn't hold you down and continue to be a burden, and then you can move forward in enjoyment towards other things. So in the process, try not to fill yourself up with other things to distract you when you're feeling that way, whether it's eggnog or something else. There are lots of ways that we can fill ourselves up in like an unhealthy distraction. So really pay attention to that if you start feeling down. We also have the Festive photo shoot card. So, you know, rather than staying down, maybe make some plans. Make some plans with some friends, with some family. Go take some pictures. Go see some Christmas lights and take some pictures. Buy the Christmas lights. Just earlier today, I took Tinkerbell and Shadow to PetSmart to get their own pictures done with Santa Claus, and my mom and I were also in the pictures as well. The weekend before that, we did pictures with Santa at Petco, and you know, my dogs are my family. You know, I love them. They are my kids, basically. Yeah, they're as much as my kids as possible. So definitely, like, take advantage of that. Create some memories. Try not to get trapped thinking in the past or trapped in a space of comparison, and focus on you and make memories on things that are going to be helpful for you. All right, let's see what else we have here. Ooh, well, maybe we just found out where you're going to be taking some pictures at, because we have, it's upside down, holidays at Disney. So maybe there's an opportunity to go to Disneyland or Disney World, any of the Disney theme parks, you know, depending on what neck of the world you live in and what you're able to do. Now, if you're looking at this reading and you're like, everything has resonated up to this point, but I do not live in Florida, I do not live in California, and I don't have plans to visit any of these places anytime soon, then it could simply be about embodying that Disney magic. You know, Disney magic to me is very similar to Christmas holiday magic. It's enchanting, it's whimsical, it's dreamy, it's sparkly, it's fairy tales coming true, it's dreams coming true, it's joy, it's happiness, it's love, it's peace, it's all of those good things, right? I think there's a reason, obviously, why Christmas does so well at the Disney parks. Aside from the decorations and the aesthetic and everything, like the themes, they mesh well together. They go well together. It's like peanut butter and jelly, you know? So I feel like you can definitely embrace that Disney magic simply within your own heart. Maybe listen to some like Disney related Christmas music, or watch like some Disney Christmas movies. I know here at my mom's, she has Freeform, And it's like every time Freeform is on, you know, Freeform is owned by Disney, and they're playing like Home Alone and the Santa Claus and all the other kind of stuff. There's so many things Disney has their fingers in when it comes to Christmas stuff. Every day in my email, I'm getting emails from the Disney store about like the 12 days of sales of whatever it is that they're doing right now. So there's a way you can Disneyfy as you Christmas your life this holiday season, whether you can make it to the parks or not, because just like with many things, the magic is within. Yep. All right, we got another one. As 98 Degrees once sang, it's the season of love. And these are my boys. I love my boys, 98 Degrees. They are the best. And they have 2 Christmas albums that are out. One from like way back in the day, this Christmas. It came out in like 99, before even the year 2000. And then their most recent one, which I think came out in like 2017, I want to say. And that's what this song is off of. It's off of the newer Christmas album, and it's called The Season of Love. And that's so true, because the holiday season, it really is the season of love. It's the season of love, whether we are kind of feeling down and maybe experiencing grief. I mean, the reason why we grieve, or the depth of our grief, I guess you could say, we grieve as deeply as we love. So if you find yourselves in the depths of despair and grief, it is because you loved that hard. And I mean, I know that the pain sucks, but if you think about it, just the fact that there was that much love, that should make you feel good, in a sense that like how wonderful it is that you have something so precious and amazing to even be able to miss that, because not everyone can say that. So whether it's love kind of coming from a place of sadness and grief and missing someone, or if it's love coming from a place of magic and dreams coming true and riding off into the sunset and happily ever after. You know, love has so many different flavors of itself. You know, there's parent-child love, there's pet love, there's romantic love, there's friendship love, there's agape love, which is like, you know, the love of God in a sense. There's just so many different flavors of it. So now truly is the season of love. So I feel like Spirit is asking you guys to really step up and step out there and ask yourself, how can I love greater? How can I love deeper? And I feel like number one, it starts within. It starts right here. It starts with you, because the depth that you love yourself, it shows the depth that you're able to love others. So start within, start with yourself. That's why they call it, you know, self-care. It's not selfish to have self-care. So start with some love for yourself, and then sprinkle that all around. Spread it all around to everybody else, your friends, your family, the people that you work with, the stranger on the street, the barista who gives you your coffee, the clerk at the grocery store who checks out your groceries, you know, even the person who cuts you off in traffic and makes you aggravated. Send them a little bit of love. Think of it this way. Maybe that person is late to the hospital and they have a loved one in the hospital and they're in such a rush to get to the hospital to be with their loved one. They didn't see you, and that's why they cut you off. So give people a little bit of grace and understanding, a little bit of love. And you know, I know that they say like, oh, 'tis the season. Now is the time to do that during Christmas time. And yes, that's true. But this is something we should be practicing all year round. This is not just a Christmas thing. It's an all year thing. And I think I'm going to leave it on this note here. Not just because it's 98 degrees and I love my boys, but also because it's a message that's worth soaking in and sitting with and like I said, I just think it's a good note to finish up on. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys for your little holiday reading. And I want to thank you for hanging out here with me today. Before I wrap this up, I just wanted to ask you guys really quick to give this video a big thumbs up, because that helps me out a lot right here on the YouTube algorithm. Drop me a comment. Let me know how this resonated with you, if this made sense for you, and if it did, how so? Tell me how your holidays are going. And, you know, once again, if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoy the content that I share here in general, I ask you to subscribe and hit that notification bell. By doing that, you will be up to date and in the know every time a brand new video is up and posted. So yeah, and finally, if you guys are interested in taking home a magical Christmas for yourself, head on over to my website, shadowandshine.com. And I'm also offering 33% off all readings on my website right now until Christmas, like literally through Christmas Day. So head on over there. You can check that out. The only things that are not on sale right now are Oracle cards, live, like in person, or not in person, but like live real time Zoom readings, and like any like follow-up consultation kind of stuff, which would not be a reading whatsoever. But otherwise, all the other readings are on sale. So go and check it out. Now is a good time to do that. Gift yourself, gift someone that you love, whatever you need to do. But yeah, that's basically it. So you can find all that stuff in the description box down below. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in hanging out there, feel free to check that out. I've kind of been neglecting it lately since like November. I need to get on there and do a bunch of stuff and kind of like get reconnected in Patreon. But it is there, and it is something I'm going to be getting back into. So that's about it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I am sending you guys lots of hugs and much love. Keep sparkling, and I hope you have a very happy holiday season.